Football, are you ready for rock, paper, scissors? No coin tosses. Gentlemen, Dalton Oliver, Cecil Cherry, team captains. It goes rock, paper, scissor, shoot. Are you ready? Let's go, here we go. Rock, paper, scissor, shoot. Cecil Cherry with the win. What are you gonna do? Glacier Boyz taking the ball. Here we go, game one. Let's go, FCF.
So there you have it, rock, paper, scissors, unique to fan-controlled football. No need for coin tosses, that much more enjoyable. And as you know, scissors does cut through paper. Here's a look at our starters as we prepare. Glacier Boyz will go on offense. Dalton Oliver in at quarterback. Keep in mind, we will see both quarterbacks, so it's important to have a strong reserve no matter how you're assembling your roster. The offense for the Beasts, we touched on Porter. QB Jason Stewart has become a quick fan favorite early on as well. Then on the defense, these are package units, so you'll see this group twice today. Every defensive unit, every offensive tight end package unit plays 2 games a day. Really gives them a chance to gel, Devin.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important because offense is just a bit more easy. The defense gets a chance to know each other and understand how each other play defense, especially on those power-up situations where they're going to have one less person. I think that the defense playing 2 games and getting a chance to get to know each other is great for the league. Yeah,
you were talking a bit about it during the preseason last weekend, how it takes those groups time, and you'll see one side of the ball a little bit ahead of things.
Absolutely.
So this will go quick, 2 20-minute halves. Remember, fans, you're calling the plays for the teams you're a registered fan of. And that's an important note, Jeff. You have to be a fan of that squad to make that choice.
Yeah, in Season 2.0, you're able to play along with the teams that you are not designated a fan of. But to have an impact on the field, you need to sign up at fcf.io and declare a team. Also, every player on the team, except for the franchise players, drafted by the fans. Wednesday nights, that's an important part of our league as well.
Yeah, think about how you want to build your team going forward. If you don't like the way it looks today, change it come this Wednesday at our next draft. Here's Dalton Oliver out of Kentucky Wesleyan College, some arena football experience, and he'll take it on the move and pick up a couple of yards. And so the fans go with the QB keeper to start things off. Saturday in the preseason, I think it surprised so many fan control football fans in that it was so run heavy after season 1.0 started off so pass heavy.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to mix in the run game because you can definitely catch a defense slipping, kind of the way they did just there. Oliver getting on the edge and getting a few yards on first down. And first down yardage is so important so that you can stay on schedule and give yourself a chance to pick up those maybe shorter down and distances.
That's an 8-yard pickup for Dalton Oliver on the keeper. So play clock here not as big of a factor as in traditional football because we're typically waiting for the play to get relayed in. It goes through this process where you, the fans, you cast your vote, right? Majority wins, that it eventually gets sent down to the sideline. You'll see the quarterback often put their hands over their ears. They're waiting for that play call to come in, and then they get right to it. So we're waiting now on a 2nd down and 2, and we'll also almost always go in this direction, right to left on your screen, or in this case, I guess you're looking at maybe moving north, but we're always trying to head towards that great Wendy's area in the one end zone. As now Oliver looking to throw. Stepping up, being pressured. He'll be taken down from behind. Excellent rush there from Tobias Cook. But he does enough to get the first down. He only needed 2 yards as Cook delivers the hit. It can trick you on this small field. You're thinking perhaps a loss, but he's able to push ahead.
Yeah, because it was so pass-heavy a season ago, you can see the linebackers not even respecting the quarterback's ability to run. He's just backing up, not realizing the down and distance. Only 2 yards to go. Very good job by Oliver. He doesn't see anybody downfield, and he finds a way to get just those 2 yards to get a fresh set of downs.
So picking up the first down here. Jeff, it's early. Is there a consensus here in the chat what people are feeling early on?
Well, it was so interesting last season seeing that progression. You know, we have fan IQ in this league where you can actually earn points by predicting the correct plays. And the fans' IQ, you could see it in real time over season 1. The fans got smarter with the plays that they called. It was all, hey, big bombs, and then we got to mix it up. There's a reason that there's variety in play calling in football.
You see Jamil isolates at the top of your screen. I think that they're going to find a way to try to get him the ball just because it's been 2 plays, he hasn't touched it, and he's explosive.
That's far too long here in the FCF for Andrew Jamil to go without touching the football. Instead, we go toss, handoff to the 25, and then taken down. We get Bryson Aline in the mix, the superback here for the Glacier Boyz.
Remember Bryson Aline in the preseason last week, he yelled up to the booth, hey, fans, run the ball. Give me a chance, and he gets his chance there, and that's a very nice run. Just an outside toss zone. He gets his foot in the ground and goes vertical, takes a big shot, but pops right back up. It's a nice tackle. Way to follow the ball.
How different is it here on this compact field, 7-on-7, running behind tackles as opposed to traditional 11-on-11?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're almost running behind guards, right? So those stretch plays cut up just a little bit quicker than they usually do. And the outside is usually there just because of the tight offensive line.
So much hype in the chat, Greg, for this matchup. Of course, the Beasts were the #1 seed to the playoffs last season and then got knocked out by the Glacier Boyz. So I think the fan bases remember that, and I think there's a lot of heat on this early matchup in the season.
Oh, the schedulers knew what they were doing, putting this one together.
Yeah, and they're directly opposed, right? You got humans, right? They're Glacier Boyz, and then these are Beasts. and I would imagine Beasts grew up in warm climates where Glacier Boyz are obviously cold.
Oh.
You can see on their uniform, right? They got some polar bears there. They often like to talk about being iced out. Oliver has time downfield. That man, Jamil, lunging to haul it in. Andrew Jamil gets us our first touchdown of season 2.0.
And he's into the owner's box. You see why I got the franchise tag.
How about this play? Like I said, you can't keep him off the ball too long. Very good job by Oliver. And what a catch! The full extension right in front of his picture. Wow! How about that by Jamil? Obviously, he's a franchise player for a reason as he gets his 40 starts. But that is impressive. The route was impressive. The catch was impressive. Very good start to his FCF season 2.
23-yard connect from Oliver to Jamil. They'll try and team up once again. This is what we're talking about. No extra point kick. It's the man up. It's worth 2 points from the 5. It's worth 1 point from the 10. Almost everybody goes for 2 from the 5 here in fan control football. And so these two will try and get on the same page to convert. And this is the classic one-on-one drill from practice brought to a game situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important because this is a very high-intensity, high-testosterone sport where you get an opportunity to go against another man on so many different occasions, and you're going to see one of those occasions right here.
Here's Jamil against Quantez Stiggers and makes quick work of that, cutting inside.
I mean, that route it's the paradigm of what Jamil is as a route runner, right? Get vertical, set the defender up, go inside, outside, and go back in. I mean, very good job. And you're going to see it here. 1, 2, 3, and whew. And he's wide open. The defender's like, what do you want me to do here? Right? You got this guy who can go to the right, he can go to the left, and it's a very good job of Jamil cutting his split down so that the defender has no idea whether he'll go out or if he'll go in. He shakes him up a bit, cuts in, and gets the extra point.
Great look at our replays there, courtesy of Great Clips. And everyone that followed FCF last year loved the DeAndre Francois-Jamil combo. At least for 1 week, Jamil has to work with a new thrower in Dalton Oliver to start. How much does an early strike start to build that rapport?
Greg, I'm just telling you, you don't need much of a rapport when you got Jamil reaching out to get balls. I mean, it's a good throw, not a perfect throw, but he has the full extension to catch that ball. And then when he gets wide open on the extra point like that, I think it's more of a Jamil with any quarterback rather than Francois.
We had DeAndre Francois on the FCF show last night, and they were already plotting how to get back together.
Oh, you know it's happening. Beast now on offense, and the defense of the Glacier Boyz. Woo! What a surge to take down Quinn Porter.
Absolute violence.
A lot of calls already for Jamil as MVP and GOAT in the chat.
They waste no time.
Jones
exactly.
comes and helps out and finishes the runner.
Marlboro there as well, coming up from that safety position. Defense historically here in the Fan Control Football League, as we look at Jim Jones, sometimes doesn't get the love because it's such an offensive-focused league, but these defenders, they have a lot of pride.
Like I said, they've been waiting their entire lives. They've been playing 7-on-7. They can't tackle the ball carriers, and they always say, I would have tackled them, you two-hand touch, but now they get to put their hands on people, and that's what defenders love to do.
So we've got the Beasts on offense for the first time, trailing 8-0 here. This is the first game, season 2.0, first of 4 today, live from Pullman Yards here in Atlanta. It's Jason Stewart, the former University of Memphis quarterback, getting the starting nod here for the Beasts. And QB Stu will get a chance to throw, facing pressure, just gets it away and almost intercepted. An opportunity for Marquise Kane, just came up short. Take a look at our officials in this one, and going for this game and our next, referee Mike Sweatman, Frank Gatlin, the head linesman, Cedric Clark, our line judge, and our back judge is Alfred Arnold. So we'll see them for both sessions, or both games here in session 1, and then a different crew for this evening, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
The first third and long of the game, an opportunity to pick up big yardage is when you roll your quarterback left, flip his hips, and try to get the ball across the field to a receiver going across. So let's see if they try to go with that type of play to try to pick up a decent amount of yards.
And we get a look at some fans tapping in here, following along on the FCF app. You can be here in the facility and call the plays. It is the ultimate immersive experience.
And what a facility it is. I don't think you can be closer to professional football anywhere in the country. We are on top of these players. It's incredible.
Yeah, if there's a 9-foot receiver, we're in play right now. We are this close. We are hovering over the field. 3rd and 10. So Porter stopped. Then the next opportunity for Stewart, almost intercepted. Now facing a 3rd and 10. 13:33 to go first half. Fans call it for the pass. Stewart has the rollout. Has all day looking for anyone. Incomplete. Tried to find Porter at the 25, and the Glacier Boy defense letting him know about it.
They had exactly what they wanted, right? Roll left, get a receiver on the opposite side of the field, super back. Porter was there, the ball just a bit off target. Very good job of buying time and standing there, but just a bit of a miscommunication on where he's going with the ball and where the receiver is trying to go.
Now keep in mind here in fan control football, just because you're facing 4th down doesn't mean you're out of it when we talk about our power-ups. As you look at your graphics here at the top of your screen, you'll see 3 icons underneath the Beasts and 3 more underneath the Glacier Boys, and those stand for our Wendy's flip the field, our progressive 5th down, and then our power play. So facing a 4th down here, if this doesn't work, well, this squad would be early to use one, but they'll have options. They could flip the field, essentially a punt here in the FCF, because there is no version of punting, or you could call for that progressive 5th down and keep that drive alive, but very early, you might want to hang on to these. We'll see what the fans decide to do.
Number 11 in the slot to the bottom of your screen. Jordan Smith is a big target in a down and such as this.
Smith and LaMarcus Carradine. Stewart has to go downfield, places that one just beyond the reach of Radez Henderson. The former basketball player converted into a tight end and just tried to lead him a little too far.
Yeah, so when you throw on that type of ball, you want to try to get the ball up and down where it gives them a chance to react, maybe if it's not a perfect pass. When you throw it flat, it gives them no chance to speed up and try to go run it down.
Now, after that 4th down, traditional football, turnover on downs, but do the fans want to go for the progressive 5th down? We're waiting for that vote to come in.
Looks like they're going to go with the 5th down.
The flag is onto the field, and that means that a power-up is going to be used.
The Beast, outlet user, 5th down. 5th down and 10.
There you have it. So our progressive 5th down is being used early. Jeff, thoughts here on using one of these at this point in the game?
Yeah, it seems like it might be a little early to use the power-ups, but you don't want to hold on to them too long, and I think establishing some momentum early on is probably what the fans are thinking right now.
Yeah, based off of that last play, I think maybe the fans saw something, and Jordan Smith was stomping his feet and saying, hey, I'm open. So maybe they go back to a play similar and try to get him the ball and get 11 yards.
And now, just if you're new to FCF, again, I directed at our graphics here, top of the scoreboard. The Beasts will go for that 5th down, and so you'll see the 5 will eventually turn from yellow to purple. That means that one of those power-ups has been used. As the Beasts here trying to keep this drive alive with a 5th and 10, things we only say in fan control football.
5th and 10.
I got a little commotion in the chat, right, where the fans are do we use our 5th down or do we flip the field? And so they're deciding right now on which one to use.
Yeah, I thought the fans had decided on a progressive 5th down, but they may decide instead to go for that punt option. which again, in this scenario, would just trade places, right? They'd put the Glacier Boyz on offense, but with their field position on their own 10-yard line.
And one of the things we saw last season is that the fan bases that are most aligned, that have organizational aspects to them, that focus their votes, tend to be the ones that succeed the best. And I think you'll see that increase and evolve over the course of the season.
There's an old saying out there, and I'm sure you've heard it. It's called teamwork makes the dream work.
Indeed. Indeed.
So fans get together, create these conglomerates, and make sure that you're on the same page, and it looks like they may be doing flip the field.
There is a lot of new folks in the chat I'm noticing that are checking out this league for the first time. Super exciting. Some misconceptions. You do not call defensive plays, only call the offensive plays. And you only call the plays if your team is playing, if the team that you have decided to be a fan of is playing, you only call their plays that game. You can play along with the other games that are going to happen this Saturday, today. But when your team is playing, that's the plays that you're calling. So you designate a team at fcf.io, download that app, and you'll be able to have your voice heard on the field.
So we get some clarity here. It won't be the progressive fifth down. They instead go Wendy's flip the field. And so that's been deployed, and you'll see as now the Glacier Boyz are on offense, they're essentially dealing with a 1st and 10 from the 10. And that's usually one of the power-ups that we see used early on.
Yeah, like you said, it's essentially a punt. You don't want to get yourself...
Minus the feet.
Yeah, minus the feet. Yeah.
And here, look at your screen. You can get a look at these flip the field rules. And like we said, similar to a punt, possession changes. We saw it used very effectively last season. You're backed up on a 4th down on your own 1. It's a great chance to try and put the other team in a tough spot as we get a good look at the crowd here at Pullman Yards. Under 9 to play. First half, handoff, and gang tackled for the moment. Look at it, the maneuvers. The QB block couldn't do enough to help Aline, and he is taken down very close to the goal line. Excellent pursuit from the Beasts.
Sometimes you just got to know when, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and when you're explosive as a player, that's when you get in trouble, right? You can see this play has been stopped, right? The play is over. But as a competitor, you want to continue to fight, but you have to know when to shut it down because although that could have been a very explosive play, it's turned into a very damaging play to the drive.
Ends up as a 9-yard loss, so they mark him down at the 1. Keep in mind, there are no half-yard markings here in FCF. We mark it on the yard line. And so this will set up now a 2nd and 19 nearing the 8-minute mark in this first half. And Quantez Stiggers, a guy we'll talk about throughout this season, the youngest player in the Fan Control Football League, local guy, just 20 years old. And coaches rave about his ability to be coachable and to get better every single practice. Play action to throw from their own end zone, and the little check down here to the 10, now to the 15. And trying to push a little further is Kevin Felder, and so he gets them out of a tough jam down near the 19.
This 7-on-7 game is so explosive, and you get such incredible offensive plays as we've already seen today. But I love that the defenses have come to play today.
Yeah, they're very, very active right and chasing the ball. In that last play, you can see they corral the ball carrier eventually, but that's a very good job by the Glacier Boyz finding the openings in the defense, right? It looks like that the Beasts are trying to play some type of zone with some man kind of concepts, and they're dropping guys. So let's see if they can shore that up and find out where these guys are, essentially.
Mike Lee comes across for the stop there at the 7-minute mark in this first half. Reminder, if you're just checking in, running clock in the FCF until we get to 1 minute remaining in each half. Then we see clock stoppages. And so we talk about the usage of your power-ups and getting your fans organized, and because it goes quick, right? You have to be ready to play and make those calls because before you know it, 20 minutes has elapsed. It's now 6:38 to go. Dalton Oliver getting the start at quarterback. He was the number 7 overall pick in our draft this week. Throwing on the run, finds Jamil, good idea, and that's enough for a first down.
I mean, this is why every quarterback is going to love Jamil. I mean, obviously his explosive plays are very important, but you need a few yards to get a first down. He gets a quick out, a sprint left option. You see that play in all of football, and it's not a perfect throw, but he's able to reach behind him and catch the ball.
You're looking at these jerseys. it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to merchandise here for Fan Control Football. Check out the official FCF store. Shop now to receive 20% off your game day purchase. The code is GameDay20, or scan the QR code on your screen now. Head to store.fcf.io. Jeff, they've taken the gear next level.
What's that?
The gear has gone next level this
yes.
year. The shirts, the hats, everything.
And all designed by fans, voted on by fans. This is fan-controlled on every level. You're right. I'm digging. I was a little skeptical of the Glacier Boyz jerseys when I saw the mock-up. The two polar bears at top, I wasn't sure about it, but man, they look great on the field.
Just about every jersey here plays excellent, not only on camera but in person. Oliver hit from behind. That one hangs up in the air. It's going to be close to an interception call. We'll see. The officials are going to come over and confer, and it looks like they're saying no catch. So the defense does the job but does not get the interception. Let's take a second look here, courtesy of Great Clips. What's your call, Devin?
Oliver's just trying to find a way to get the ball out. It gets tipped, and that's his own receiver. And that's not a catch. It bounces off the ground. It's very, very clear. Fans at home, don't challenge it. Don't waste an opportunity. But that's a good job by the defense, find a way to corral Oliver because he was looking to get to his favorite target, Jamil, and he just wasn't able to get it to him.
Excellent sky cam look here. You see that one does bounce on the ground.
Interesting strategy from the Beast. They're starting to get a little more physical with Jamil, right? At the line of scrimmage, at the point of attack, making sure that he can't just run freely down the field. Plus, they have a middle safety waiting on him, so it helps to make sure that you don't allow this guy to just run freely throughout the defense.
And that was Felder trying to come back to try and salvage that throw as Oliver was hit from behind.
Fans are talking about the near heart attack that they all just had. Fans of the Beast.
So close to a quarterback sack there. Waiting for word from the official.
Fan review. The rule on the field is a completed pass. First down.
All right.
Wow.
Jeff, what do you hear on this? Are we to understand that the fans challenged that one and then ruled it a catch because the officials came in to signal no catch?
Yeah, they certainly did. It seemed to indicate that there was a fan challenge, although I didn't see that vote come up. There's a lot of.
Hang on, we got it. We had to clear it out. The official just corrected himself and said it's an incomplete pass, which is what we knew it to be after that ball bounced. As fans, you want to get a closer look at what's going on here? Join us right inside Pullman Yards. Get your tickets today. Come see FCF live. Go to fcf.tixer.com. Get your admission passes today.
As you can imagine, the roller coaster the chat just went on from that. the officials.
Was it a catch? Is it a catch? Yes, it did catch it. We caught it. No, we didn't. Wait a minute. There it is. Oh, next play.
It is stressful to be in the chat there. It's such a range of emotions.
What about if your Wi-Fi isn't that great? How about that? That's going to be
you missed about 3 reversals on that one.
Yeah. So 2nd and 10 after the non-catch. Oliver now throwing downfield. That's trouble. Easy interception there. Stiggers comes up with it. He's on the move out of the end zone to the 20 right underneath us and driven out of play. Quantez Stiggers with the first pick here in season 2.0.
He's living up to the hype.
And it looks as if Oliver a little slow to get up after that play. You see at the bottom of your screen, it looks like he is taken down. Stiggers, nobody home there with the interception. And is able to bring this up to the 20. We'll keep an eye on Dalton Oliver. And in the meantime, we'll take a timeout. Glacier Boyz out in front of the Beast. 8-0, 3:05 left in the first half. Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you. And also brought to you by Link2, private investing made simple. First half action here, Glacier Boyz 8, Beasts 0. FCF season 2.0 underway, 2:37 to go first half. And the Beast on offense. And a good keeper for Jason Stewart, up to the 15. This guy's, we talked about in the open, a quick fan favorite and just saw a lane.
Yeah, Beast fans stole page out of Glacier Boyz book. You say, oh, well, offense wasn't working. How about we go with the quarterback read option? Very good job of pulling the ball out, but the defensive end crashes, and then getting vertical and getting as many yards as he can. And the experience here, just telling you, as he's getting tackled, we can feel everything is shaking.
It rumbles.
I mean, if you're going to participate, do the entire experience like Jeff has harped on.
Yeah.
You got to be in the chat. You got to make sure that you're here at the game because it is an experience.
It's a 14-yard run for Stewart.
You know, all set up by Quantez Stiggers, who has been as you said, coach's favorite. One of our favorites on the FCF show Friday nights. We're trying to make a new nickname stick for him. Let me lay it on you guys.
Okay.
The Wrath of Quan. You like it?
You know, I pitched to Josh McCouga Quantum Leap.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So I'm not
Very
putting
nice.
one. I mean, we might have a winner, guys. I'm just saying. But Stewart eludes one tackle and then gets wrapped up. He is spun to the ground. So again, quarterback keeps it himself, and you see this aggressive Glacier Boyz defense. And that's Freddie Conyers, a season 1 veteran, coming over.
Yeah, last play there was a miscommunication by quarterback Jason Stewart and Quinn Porter where the quarterback opens the pitch to the right, the running back goes to the left. All right, got to keep it. Put your head down and try to go get what you can.
You played quarterback. In those moments, is it panic that sets in where this play is broken?
So it was levels in my life where in Little League, it was awesome. I think I may have subconsciously done it on purpose just so I could keep the ball. And then in high school, it's like, a little bit of the same. Maybe if it happens, I'll just go get some rushing yards. When you get to that next level and it's like, I really wish I could have gave him the ball. Heart starts pounding. You try to get it. You try to get as much as you can.
Clock now at 1 minute, so we change to our 1-minute timing rules here in fan-controlled football. So you'll see stoppages on things like out of bounds until we get to 30 seconds left in the first half, and then we stop after every play. Creates a little more drama going into the end of each half. Here's Stewart now. Looking for options, defense pressing, directing traffic over the middle, tipped up and knocked away. Help defense there. That's Marquell Osborne.
He wants a PI.
Well, if you joined the Man Up Challenge on Wednesday, you'd know that the refs, they don't call a lot of pass interferences. As we got one of the owners in the house, Renee Montgomery.
She's the best. She is so much fun. A very hands-on, active owner for the Beasts. Just a delight of a person. And she's here. She's scouting players. She's involved in the draft. She's organizing the fans. It's good fun.
And she's flat out blowing up. Renee has gone to new heights in just about everything. You talk about podcasts, hosting, talking basketball, obviously playing the WNBA, involved in so many different great projects. And, of course, FCF glad to have her in the mix coming back for year 2 with the Beasts. 3rd and 7 now, under a minute to play. Stewart again, play action, turns the corner to the 10 to the 5, and he is hammered into that progressive blue zone wall. And we've been down on the field. Those aren't all that forgiving.
Yeah,
No.
they're not. They don't have much give at all. If you run into that wall. It's almost a brick wall. Not quite a brick, but it's very, very close. A brick substitute maybe, but that's a very good job by the fans recognizing that the defensive end is playing relatively undisciplined, right? So you go with the read option earlier, pick up a bunch of yards, and then you go there with a naked bootleg with no real pass option, but for the quarterback to keep the ball up the sideline. Very good job by the fans understanding what the defense is giving you. But when you get down into this progressive blue zone, it tightens things up and makes it a lot more difficult to create plays and open receivers.
6-yard run there for Stewart, so he has had to take it himself a couple of times now. 23 yards rushing so far for the quarterback. And looking at a 4th and 1 here on the 7. Now, we told you they haven't used that progressive 5th down yet. And a little added wrinkle when you're inside the progressive blue zone. If you activate your 5th down there, you then get the football half the distance to the goal. So it would not only give them an extra play, but also move them a bit closer to the end zone. We'll see if that's even needed with just 1 yard to go.
If I'm the fans of the Beast, I would go back to that read option because you can get the ball to Porter or you can keep the ball in the quarterback hand. They may go quarterback draw as well.
They've got options here with Carradine near side, Smith and Porter to the far side. And Stewart in the shotgun. 4th and 1. Goes to the corner, and that's off the box. Hit up top above the intended receiver, Jordan Smith. You know, we wondered if those boxes would come into play when we saw this facility, and that was right off the TO zone.
And you can see it goes up high. He goes up to get it, and he's like, wait, defenders above my head? And that's something that you have to adjust to.
I will say, had he caught
It's
that,
half distance
it
to
would
the
have been
goal.
a tremendous grab.
The line to gain is now the goal line. It's 4th down and goal on the 4-yard line.
And so the progressive 5th down has been activated, and as the official just explained, because it is inside the progressive blue zone, it moves that football up now inside the 5, and it sets you up here with essentially a 5th and goal from the 4.
Seems like a great time to use it. And the Beasts have been struggling to get some momentum. The interception really caused that. I mean, for all the fan voting, calling plays, you can't call an interception. You know, that you got to capitalize when you get those kinds of opportunities. I think it's a great time to use the 5th down.
And so they take that power up off the board. So we are inside our progressive blue zone with 41 seconds left. Now facing a 5th and goal from the 4.
Because Jason Stewart's been so athletic with his legs, especially on this drive alone, I will put him on the move to the right and give him that run-pass option, right? He can throw the ball to an option route from the receiver, or he can run the ball in and get the pylon.
And this is where the dimensions of the field really come into play.
Yep.
Yes, it's 7-on-7, but it's so compact in these goal line scenarios, you really have to be creative.
Yeah, without question. Like I talked about, the closer you get, and even in football on bigger fields, right, it makes it more difficult, but it's more and more emphasized here in FCF.
You saw Coach Jenks there looking understated this week.
His outfits never cease to amaze. I can only imagine they're custom. I don't ever see those things at any other stores.
Maybe you're just not
sure
shopping
you
at the right
can't just
store.
walk into Navy, Old Navy, and get a multiple colored pant and coat combination?
Yeah, this is out of the Grateful Dead collection, those pants. Looking at a 5th and goal here from the 4. They got to have it.
There it goes.
Stewart rolls out, looking for a lane, firing on the run, and tipped away. The defense is there for the Glacier Boys. Tried to go back of the end zone to no avail. Frustration for Jordan Smith.
So we talked about the dimensions, and it makes it a little bit tougher. The fans had a great idea, but I don't think the quarterback responded with speed on the edge, right? He kind of went out a little casual, looking to throw, but when you get that sprint out, you want to give the threat of running, right? He would have had the edge, but he takes that bubble back, and now there's nowhere to throw the ball, and you have to turn the ball over.
Yeah, Devin, take us through that kind of thought process as that quarterback's rolling out. When do you have to make that call to run?
Yeah, so when I played quarterback, when I first got the ball and I knew it was a sprint out, I was thinking as much run as and pass almost equally, right? So you take a dart straight as fast as you can to try to get the edge. When you bubble back just a bit, you give that defensive end a chance to meet you to the sideline going laterally, and that's what happened on that last play. You want to try to make sure it's a true run-pass option so you can either run in the end zone or throw the pass. There, the pass wasn't there, but if he gets on the edge quickly, the run is going to be there.
Glacier Boys fans going wild for that stop, but the Bees trying to rally some kind of focus to have the fans call more run plays, a call for run the ball, echoing in the chat.
34 seconds left. Here's a run, handoff to Aline, and he is stopped, doesn't get all that far. A short gain, just 3 on the carry. Emerging there from the pile, a couple of the Beast defenders. So Tobias Cook there.
And at home, if you're watching just casually, you're wondering, why are they running the ball? There's only 34 seconds left. Well, the clock stops in that last 1 minute of the half, no matter what happens, right? You don't have to get out of bounds per se, so they're fine with that. They probably run that play, see what you get, and now they're going to go to the air and try to get a bigger chunk with only 28 seconds left in the half.
And the fans are savvy about that. The strategy really changes in that last minute because of that rule. And you see it opens up the entire field. You know, in other leagues you get everybody working the sidelines in that last minute. Here, the exact opposite is possible.
Yeah, maybe you can sneak up on the defense, right? Because the defense is thinking, hey, they're going to try to get out of bounds, and they forget the rules, and they're like, oh, wait, no, they can run.
And how often do we see during our preseason game, the players are still hardwired to follow those running clock rules, though, looking for the sideline, trying to spike the football. Here's a throw chance. It's Vidal Woodruff who'll keep it himself, and again, these are the options you have with this clock stopping. He can take it, slide down, stop the clock now, get the first down, 21 seconds left. Let's check in with the 4th member of our team down on the field, Liv Moots.
So excited to be here. The excitement is everywhere. Fans are hyped, players are hyped. The Glacier Boyz are up 8-0 right now. Huge part of that has to do with franchise tag player Andrew Jamil. He is back and better than ever. Clearly, he did not forget how the Glacier Boyz season ended last year because he is ready to win a title. On the other side of the ball, I want to talk about the Beast QB and Jason Stewart. I know the Beasts are struggling right now to pick up momentum, but have no fear, Jason Stewart is a very mobile QB, as you've seen, and do not underestimate his arm. He is here, and I think the most dangerous thing about him is his passion and love for the game. So Beast fans, have no fear. They are still in this one. Excited to be here, even more excited to have the fans involved.
Good stuff, Liv. Good to have you here, and you're spot on with the appreciation the fans have for guys like Jamil. Speaking of Glacier Boyz, we got Destroying in the house as well. As here's Woodruff now. He'll go to Jamil right on cue. Takes it to around the 25 and then gets out of play. Now keep in mind, Dalton Oliver hobbled off the field last time the Glacier Boyz were on offense. Now we see Vidal Woodruff in a QB.
Yeah, Woodruff adds another dimension, right, with even more explosive legs and the ability to get on the edge and make plays, as you saw the play before. Gets down and gets a bunch of yards with the legs, and then he finds Jamil, a very reliable target, as we've seen.
And this league, of course, you only need 1 foot to get inbounds for a catch, and that was voted on by the fans last season. The rules are decided by the fans. Get that app. We have rule votes. We have all kinds of votes happening every single week, all week long. So keep tabs on that.
Second and 4.
Run plays are not out of the question here.
Yeah, 16 seconds left, but the clock will stop. Woodruff throwing and just beyond Jamil, and he took a little shot there as he let go of that football. Good rush from Tobias Cook. We've talked about him a bit. He's had some time playing semi-pro football in Germany. Second look at Cook coming in hot.
You see the ball's a little bit inaccurate, but when you get this, boom! That's a little difficult to stand in there and make sure the throw is exactly where you want it to go. He's unable to get his hips around, and so it's a bit outside.
Something you always have to admire about quarterbacks. You know that rush is coming.
Yeah.
You see the throw you want to make, but you can't not acknowledge what's about to happen.
Yeah, it takes a different kind of courage, right? And the thing is that I've learned, when you drill it, right, where you have guys running at you with bags and actually making contact, obviously not 300-pounders every single day, but you have to kind of practice that because it takes a different kind of courage. Even if you do it the first time, the next time you might not be as courageous if you're not used to it.
Glacier Boyz owner Destroying, YouTube star here in the house. 10 seconds to go now. First half, 3rd and 4. Good find to Jamil to the 15, and they will move the ball down the field. Jamil continues this drive here. They'll pick up the first down with just 5 seconds left, and while they're making good use of the way the clock stops, now they're down to 5 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. They've used a bit of the time, and they got to try to get this ball to the end zone, right? It looks like this is not going to be enough time for 2 plays here. Maybe, but I would imagine this play is designed to get to the end zone, and I would imagine they look for Jamil.
Yeah, I mean, he's your MVP, right? And in this league, we also have fan MVPs. I want to call out a name, the top fan IQ fan for the Glacier Boyz, Wild Sand 1. You get those by correctly predicting the plays, calling the right plays in the right situations, and fan votes throughout the week. So you can move up the leaderboards, have your vote impact the game. FCF.io is where you get that sign up.
So a 9-yard connection, Woodruff to Jamil, and that sets up what is likely the final play of this first half. Just 5 seconds left, depending on how they work it. 1st and 10 on the 14.
Andrew Sims comes in as a tight end for extra passing target.
Woodruff, quick out, and with 1 second left, it looks like he got out of play. Let's see if the officials put that second back on the board
as they
connect
zeros
with Tony's Dixon. Of course, the rest of the Beast crew is heading to the locker room. They're trying to wrap up this first half. But it looked as if he made the catch out of bounds in that area with 1 second left.
We're on the field, and the time expired during the down. That's the end of the first half.
And that's also the officials rule that time did expire. We did not get another play, and so the clock tells the final story here in a first half that sees the Glacier Boyz take an 8-0 lead over their rival, the Beast, as we get sense. And the handoff to Quinn Porter. Jason Stewart still in a quarterback and doesn't get a whole lot.
This is what the fans in the chat wanted. They wanted to run the ball in the second half.
Yeah, I know they want to run the ball, but it's important to get your quarterback going some. He needs to see a completion, right? To this point in the game, he hasn't completed one pass. They have 0 yards passing.
Oof.
Get him a quick throw, something like a hitch, a 5-yard turnaround where the receiver just catches the ball with soft coverage from the Glacier Boyz defense.
Yeah, big disparity on the quarterback numbers. Stewart 0 for 6 passing. You look at the Glacier Boyz, they've had 2 quarterbacks in there. Oliver 3 of 5 with the touch. Woodruff came on 3 of 4. And so they're just not that successful balance yet for the Beasts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Greg, it just takes one completion, right? Allow your quarterback to gain some confidence with an easy throw, a throw you know he can make, and then he gets that completed, and then he can start to roll.
And you see quarterback Jason Stewart, he's holding up the hand. That's the play coming in his helmet from you, the fans.
The other thing that's so interesting about this league is that maybe the fans want to draft a different quarterback next week.
And they definitely can, right? We're going to have 3 drafts to start off the season before rosters get locked. There's still be ways to add players like waiver wires, but Stewart says, what about me? Deep ball, hauled in, touchdown! That's how you get your quarterback on the same page. Try Chandler in the end zone.
I didn't think he had a shot at that. There was 4 guys just playing jump ball.
41-yard connect, way downfield. Second look, courtesy of Great Clips.
I mean, it just goes up, and it's just a jump ball opportunity, and the smallest man on the field makes the play. Forget about what I said. Don't go for an easy throw to get your quarterback going. How about a 50-yard bomb to get your quarterback going?
Chandler, 5'7", 165 at a UNC Pembroke. And right place, right time. I love it. Little something easy to get him involved? No, let's go for all of it.
I want all of it.
The fan strategy is broken. Folks arguing back and forth. No more deep bombs. We want to run the ball. We want to play conservative. Well, guess what? The fan vote, deep bomb, and it pays off.
The Easts are on the board, and now to tie. Stewart will be working with Jordan Smith.
Jordan Smith, they call him the cheat code. He's a fade ball specialist. As you can see, his split is cut down to the hash. So once again, the defender doesn't know which way he's going to go. I say he's going to get up and close the gap and then go straight for the fade ball away from the box.
Yeah, they don't want to hit off that box again. Marquell Osborne will be the defender. He moves a bit outside to come inside. Osborne there, right through the hands. Oh, and Smith looking for a flag. He thought a grab of the face mask perhaps, and Osborne gives the Matumbo wave as he heads back down the other way.
I love the defender when the receiver drops the ball and he gives the Matumbo wave. It's a very good job, gives him a hesitation, gets a dig on the back line. That's a catch that has to be made by Jordan Smith. You can see it's a little bit of jersey grabbing and things like that, but that ball is perfectly placed and still has an opportunity to catch the ball.
I think Osborne may have gotten a little bit of his left hand on the face mask. That's what Smith was calling, but the call not there, so it stays 8-6. Now, keep in mind the Beasts and the way they have worked on offense. The first 11 plays, 22 yards total, then a 41-yard bomb.
Yep. That's fan control football, baby.
Just how you write it up.
Exactly.
Fans know what they're doing.
We also saw last week this officiating crew keeps the laundry in the pocket. You know, especially in the extra point tries. It seems like we got a lot of frequent no calls.
Jeff, you were hitting on this. Our fan passing leaders here for the Glacier Boyz as we look at these numbers. And now we're back to the action. We'll come back to that graphic momentarily. Handoff here on the ground. And it's more Bryson Aline. Picks up 4 there on the carry. Let's look back at this. This is real live impact from the fans.
How cool is that? You get your name and your stats highlighted because you are just as important in this league as the players on the field. Your impact is felt. Calling the right play, getting those fan IQ points, leveling up. It's pretty cool.
It does make me wonder, now that you're going to see your name on screen, will folks rethink their screen names?
I don't know. I like Skull Grant B.
Remember earlier in the game when Dalton Oliver, he kind of tweaked his lower body or whatever it may be, and he's not back out here to start for the Glacier Boyz in the second half. Instead, it's going to be Vidal Woodruff.
Woodruff came on to replace Oliver towards the end of that first half, and to your point, we have not seen Oliver return, so we'll try and keep an eye on where he's at, as Woodruff will take it himself to the 20, and then he's rolled up just shy of the 25. Coverage there from Quantez Stiggers. First down on the move there for Woodruff, 25-year-old from Tampa, Florida, Shaw University. And that's something that comes up a lot here in the FCF. We talk about hometowns and colleges, and it isn't always the Michigans, the Penn States, right? It's some of these schools maybe you haven't heard of, but the talent is still very evident.
Yeah, without question. And you can see Woodruff, he does a great job of getting his eyes downfield. And when he doesn't see something, he goes and he picks up a big chunk of yardage every single chance.
Yeah, and some of these guys aren't household names yet. Some of them are, but we have content all week long on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FCF. This is not just a Saturday league. There's tons of content highlighting these players, getting to know them, figuring out who to draft, and then drafting them on Wednesdays.
Yeah, if you're an FCF fan, you can fully immerse yourself in FCF content throughout the week. And the defense here fully immersing themselves in Vidal Woodruff there from the rush. Tobias Cook again coming over to bring the QB down.
Yeah, Tobias Cook said, I've seen enough of this half roll left, flip back, run all over the place. I'm going to close the gap extremely quickly. Does a great job. The defense runs a bit of a game or a twist if you're not familiar, and they confuse the offensive line and then get to the quarterback. That's exactly what they needed to create another short loss.
Yeah, second down and 12 now. Ball on the 21, rolling along here. Second half action, 15:40 to play. It's an 8-6 lead for the Glacier Boys. This is the FCF equivalent of a pitcher's duel here, because to have this amount of points at this stage in the game, last season we were so used to these explosive scores. And the one thing about the FCF, no matter the difference in points, you're never out of a game with how fast teams can come back.
Now that man up may come into play, though, that missed extra point.
Yeah, 2 points left on the board. Woodruff throws off his back foot, taken away. It's Quantez Stiggers again. Full head of steam to the 25. Stiggers taken down at the 15. What a debut for the youngest player in the fan-controlled football league.
Incredible. And he got up for that ball. It was a quantum leap.
This is when you get in trouble, when you're rolling right and you throw up a prayer. That's what Vidal Woodruff does here. He's going right, and, you know, Jamil is a great target, but you have to make sure it's clear and sunny. It's not the backside corner. The youngest football player in this league makes an interception and a great play for his team.
Second pick of the day, and the celebration is on at the Wendy's Cam. We will step aside and return after this break. If you're new to FCF, you might be thinking, wait a minute, I thought we were going that way on the pick. We always reverse the field here in fan control football, so you're moving right to left on your screen. And so it does set up a 1st and 10 on the 13 for Jason Stewart and company. The Beast looking to go in front for the first time. Handoff to Porter. He is met immediately and devoured by Trevante Valentine.
Hit the Glacier there.
You're exactly right. Mr. Valentino, as he likes to be called, is in fact a huge Glacier, and he sets the middle of that defense so well and gets right to the running back at the snap of the ball. Very good job by him, finding a way to get there.
You know, we've seen Stiggers make such a big impact. The defenses on both sides make a big impact. There's a comment in the Twitch chat from Pierce9103 begging FCF to let fans franchise tag defensive units, which I think would be a really interesting rule change. And we'll see if they respond to that. It's been the biggest part of the game so far, I think.
Oh, look at this.
Look at
this.
Opportunity on offense here. Jeff, explain what we just saw here.
Those are the plays as the fans get to see them in the app. That's the play that has been selected, got the most votes for this, so that's what you're about to see right now.
That is some amazing technology here from the FCF. Stewart throwing, and a little grab from behind. Do we see a flag? And Jordan Smith cannot believe it. And that's Marquise Kane defending.
Did the refs bring their flags today, or did they leave them at home?
That's a great question. Looked to be some contact there. Second look courtesy of Great Clips.
Yeah, you can see him. He comes from the right side of your screen. He's getting across the field. That's tough. I mean, it looked a lot worse when we were going, and he does turn him there. He does turn him there. But I think that the referees are holding their flags because Jordan Smith is essentially jogging across the field, right? He's not attacking and trying to get the ball. He's more so looking for a flag. And so when referees see that, just like an offensive line and a defensive line, if you don't fight and to get away, they're not going to call the holding call. And I think that's a little bit what we saw just right there.
Yeah.
They're kind of ruling on the potential of the play, looking at the effort that was given. But on the second look, not a great look there as we saw the grab. It stays now 3rd and 11 on the 14. 3 receivers available here for Stewart, throwing on the run and connecting. Touchdown, Harrison Dreer.
You talked a lot about that last week, Devin, the throwing across your body in this league. The narrower field kind of allows that, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you got a big arm quarterback. You have to make sure it's clear and sunny, though, right? We talked about it last week where you can throw it across your body, but you don't want to have bodies of the opposite color jersey in the way. And you can see here, rolls right, finds it clear and sunny, nobody on the backside, and an easy completion. Very good job of connecting with the receiver there.
Harrison Dreer helping the Beast to take their first lead in this one. They pull ahead 12-8 with a 2-point conversion on the way. Dreer out of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And now the man up, then Stewart and Dreer will try and connect once more.
Coach Jenks casting some sort of magic spell on the field, his pants.
The glittery shoes. There's no place like home.
Yeah, there is a Wizard of Oz vibe going on there a little bit.
Absolutely.
Or maybe he owns some sort of chocolate factory? I don't know.
Yes, he does, maybe. Look at that.
Oh.
Dreer breaks free to the ground, pulls it in. 2-point conversion is there for the Beast. 14 unanswered.
3 seconds, supposed to be 3 seconds, and he gets rid of the ball, right? That seemed a little long.
Yeah, so the thing is about the 3 seconds, you never know how long 3 seconds actually is unless you're doing like planks, you're holding on to something for your dear life, or apparently if you're going for an extra point in FCF, the 3 seconds seems much longer, especially when you're covering a guy as talented as Dreer.
Last 3 seconds of my Hot Pocket in the microwave oven.
The longest
takes
time
forever.
ever.
And last season, we saw that T would beep a little louder. Not so much the case this time around. Fans, you want to be here and you can count your own Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Get your tickets. Go to fcf.tixer.com. You can judge for yourself. How much time do you have to get that ball away off the tee?
But Greg, remember, all Mississippis are not weighted equally. My Mississippis might be longer than your Mississippis.
Glacier Boyz back to it, a lean, bouncing off, tackles, still going to the 20.
Important thing to note, we still haven't seen Dalton Oliver come back. And since he left, this game has almost been turned on its head where the Beast has got a jolt of momentum. As you can see, a very talented run right here. But they haven't been able to get yards in the passing game. And the football game is such a game of momentum. And right now, the Beasts on offense have all the momentum. And it looks like their defense is going to try to feed off of that.
Yeah, Dalton Oliver leaving in the first half. He was able to connect with Jamil on that touchdown reception. Vidal Woodruff has come on since, and they haven't been able to get their franchise tagged player as involved.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to, and the Beasts are doing a good job of altering the way they have coverage, where they collision him early on some plays, and some plays they let him free, and it looks like he's open, but he's not because he has a safety over the top, and that's why an interception was thrown earlier in the game.
Double X5 in the chat says, I like that hit from Cecil, but man gotta wrap up.
Little tackling advice there from the Twitch chat. 1st and 10 now after the first down from Moline. A little miscommunication. He does hang on to that handoff. Thought maybe they were thinking play action, but he brings such high energy.
Fired up.
Another first down.
Sneaky fast.
Yeah, quick quick, fast, and he has a right to be so excited. He does a great job. He has good vision where he finds the hole. He knows exactly when to stick his foot in the ground and get vertical. You can see here he gets on the outside. It's a question on whether he's going to get it or not, and boom, sticks his foot in the ground, gets vertical. And it seems like even though for a small man, he's always falling forward, and that's very important when you're a running back.
5'6", 170, Bryson Aline, to give you an idea of the size of the super back. He had a 10-yard run, this last one 12, so he's quickly eating up the yardage, and now setting up a 1st and 10 here on the 18. We were under 10 minutes to go, second half, just that fast here, under 10 minutes left in this game.
Now, we talked about it with the Beast and Dalton Oliver trying to get him going. Remember, after that big throw, he's been on fire. Can you create an opportunity to see a completion now for Vidal Woodruff, who has struggled in the passing game, but you're going to see a run play here.
Jamil in motion. Great look there what the fans have selected. And it is the handoff to Aline. And this time the defense ready. Beast all over that man, Cecil Cherry.
Yeah, the fans kept saying in the chat, feed Aline, but you do the same thing too many times.
Yeah, the closer you get, the tighter it gets, the more difficult it is to get the plays that you want. So they're going to have to find a way to find an easy completion or a more difficult completion, as you saw from the Beast. But it's still a completion in itself. Vidal Woodruff has to get himself going, especially if we're not going to see Dalton Oliver for us in this game.
This is one of the things that I find so much fun to watch with fan-controlled football is the evolution of the fans as offensive coordinators, because you see them kind of get lured into these patterns, and then they learn and they evolve, and the group mind of the fans themselves get better at calling plays.
They see exactly how hard it is for offensive coordinators, right? You got a lot of plays that you want to run, and you see something working, and then maybe you lean on it just too much, or maybe you stop doing it too early, right? It's a very, very tough deal.
Is Woodruff to Jamil, back of the end zone. He caught it, but was he inbounds? Touchdown is the call. We talked about it, Woodruff and Jamil needing to connect. They do in a clutch moment.
Oh, and he tosses the ball into the stands.
And Destroying throws it back. But that's a great job. Roll left, get the ball up outside. Very good job of the adjustment, right? You can see him going to that back pylon. He sees the ball, he adjusts, turns his head, gets up, and gets his, I don't know, this guy must have go-go gadget legs. How does he reach way up there, jump, and get his foot down before going down out of bounds?
He is a human highlight reel.
Yes, he is.
A tremendous grab, and he might just be a great pick for Gatorade Player of the Game. Fans, time to start nominating the athlete you think is today's Gatorade Player of the Game. Enter your pick exclusively in the Twitch chat now.
Beast fans saying, remember you voted for this rule about 1 foot in. That's all he needed to do, and Jamil smart enough to know that that's all he needed to get in.
FCF not only voted for 1 foot in, but also has in their rule book, quite literally, if it looks like a catch, it is one, and
it's the best
that's
line.
What was ruled.
Best line in the whole rule book. That's how it should be. Common sense.
Yeah.
14 all, and this is a crucial man-up conversion on the way.
Got ourselves a ball game, guys.
Wouldn't have it any other way to start off season 2.0.
Looks like they may be reviewing if he got a foot down. See a bit of a bobble there.
Interesting.
But if it looks like a catch, that looks like a catch to me.
Yeah, I got to give it to him. Anonymous 12790 says Quantez Stiggers for Gatorade Player of the Game.
Not a bad choice. 2 interceptions.
Youngest player in the league.
A lot of debate in the chat about whether that was a catch or not.
After fan review, the ruling on the field for touchdown is confirmed.
Fans like touchdowns.
Yeah.
Here at the fan control football.
It looks like we saw that not fine print, bold print in the rule book. If it looks like a catch, it's a catch. You don't want to try to take a catch away and take away a great highlight for one of your star players when it really looks like a catch. Very good effort by him.
It didn't just look like a catch, it looked like a touchdown.
Yeah.
So now Woodruff and Felder for an important 2-point conversion. Miscommunication, and that one sails high over the head of Felder, and we stay locked at 14. 7:36 to go, second half. We've got a ball game on our hands, as my partner Devin noted, and come back and stay with us here. 14 all. Woodruff able to go downtown. Jamil, a foot in, count it. We're all even at 14. Vidal Woodruff with a big throw to keep the Glacier Boyz in the mix here, all tied at 14, second half action. Woodruff coming on for Dalton Oliver. Football back to the Beasts, who have gotten their offense in gear after their first 2 possessions. Went over on downs. Their last 2 have been touchdowns, and they'll try to build off of that after falling behind 8-0.
There's the play.
Wolfpack Underground is the selection from the fans.
Got a little mesh concept where you're going to get a pick from 2 receivers running across the field.
Stewart loads it up, airs it out to the end zone. Woo! Touchdown! A 40-yard connect to Jordan Smith.
Beautiful. And how great is it that we got a preview of what that play was? You could see it develop. You could watch how the great view from the spider cam too. You could see how the receivers ran those routes, opening up space in the end zone. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the rub action creates a mismatch and allows him to be open. He's been complaining all day. They're grabbing me. It's pass interference. Well, how about get a rub concept and you get wide open and we don't have to worry about it for a touchdown.
One and done. 40 yards, first down.
I mean, I'm just telling you, it's a quarterback thing. You see one completion and then you can't miss. You can't miss. Ever since that long completion, Jason Stewart, when he had 0 yards and went from 0 to 40-something, now he has been lights out.
You bring up a great point. He was 0 for 6. Now he's 3 for 10, but 3 touchdowns and 95 yards.
He's been outstanding ever since.
Somebody flipped a switch. Great comment. This might be my favorite comment of the game so far. This comes from Brady Hedstrom 12. I'm so happy to be able to watch football right now. Man, this S is fun.
Yes.
You're right. I'm having a blast.
And people at home, you can put that whatever you want in that S position. You can use whatever you want, your own words.
Sassafras.
Yeah, this sassafras is outstanding.
2-point conversion here. A little tangle there, the 5-yard line. A lot of contact. And then at the last second, knocked down Roman Tatum. Aggressive defense. And that could prove to be so pivotal now as it brings it back to 2014, not the 22-14 edge.
So if you're an offensive player on the man-ups, it's made very clear that they're going to let you play, right? Yeah. It's like playoff basketball where it's just a little bit more touchy-feely. They're going to allow you to get into the confrontation. So you have to design your routes accordingly, knowing, hey, I'm going to be able to get grabbed a bit, and I'm going to still have to have strong hands to convert on these man-ups.
You can call your own fouls, but no one's listening.
Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
7:25 left, second half, 20-14. The Beast push back in front. Keep in mind, some power-ups still available here. The Beast, as you can see on your screen, they've got a couple left. Glacier Boyz have all 3 to play with.
There's our play, as called by the fans. That's the play that got the most votes by you in the app.
Uh-oh, a little fumble. And a recovery there, a miscommunication there on the handoff, on the snap rather, and Woodruff is able to recover.
That's not what the fans called.
That is not what the fans called.
That is not in the app.
It's always a question of whose fault is it, right? Because it's underneath. Nobody can see. Who is it? Only those two men know whose fault it was.
You never fumbled like
Oh,
that.
without question, I've never fumbled. When I was a player, I always blamed myself. But now, it was never my fault. Always the center, whichever one it was.
Fans, don't forget, we're just getting started today. This is the first of 4 games on the day to begin season 2.0 right here in Pullman Yards, Atlanta, Georgia. Brand new production facility for fan-controlled football, and it has not disappointed on day 1.
We still have Terrell Owens waiting in the wings, game 3.
Johnny Manziel, that collaboration that fans have been waiting on all week. Here's a possible connect.
Oh.
No, it's an interception, a takeaway. Is that a third for Stiggers? It is. This one ends in a touchdown.
He wants that Gatorade player of the game.
What
Look at him.
a debut for the 20-year-old rookie.
Mr. Quantum Leap has skyrocketed up the draft board. You
Oh,
can
my
bet come this
goodness.
Wednesday and his unit.
I think I can hear the Commissioner Ray Austin cheering all the way up here. He has been a champion for Quantez. He has been saying, you got to keep an eye on this guy all the way back from when we saw him at the tryout. And wow, what a first game. Talk about delivering the goods.
We talked about it earlier. That ability to make throws with people in your face or taking hits is something that you have to practice. And on that play, it didn't work out. You get a hit as soon as you're throwing. It's one of the most difficult plays for a quarterback to experience. But what a job by Stiggers making sure he makes that play. And not only makes the play, but takes it the distance.
And you can see Coach Sean Latta saying that's three picks for Quantez Stiggers, the last a 30-yard return to the house.
I think the Quantum Leap thing, that's quite a nickname. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I mean,
good.
we're very close. When next time he's running past with an interception, hey, use your nickname as Quantum Leap. Greg said it.
He showed up at the studio last night when we were doing the fan-controlled show. And I got to be honest, I don't know if I would have pegged him as a football player. He does not have that imposing size or presence, but my goodness, he's imposing on the field.
He is, in fact, a football player
Yes,
and
indeed.
one of the best, especially in this first outing.
Man up, off the fingertips, he hangs on at the last second.
I can't wait for you guys to see this replay and see the physicality in which the cheat code used during this route, right? He gets vertical, and he knows I've been grabbed, and they're going to let us play. Look at him fight with the hands to make sure, hey, if you're not going to call on them, you're not going to call on me. He gets free. Easy catch. Makes it a little bit adventurous at the end, but very good job of understanding, reading the room, knowing how the game is being called, especially on those man-ups, and adjusting to make a play.
The 6th overall pick in this week's Week 1 draft, Jordan Smith with a clutch grab, and now 28-14. So if you're just joining us, it was Glacier Boyz 8-0. Since then, Beast 28-6.
Wow, what a turnaround.
And what was the big thing that happened? Remember, Dalton Oliver gets hurt on through an interception, kind of gets stepped on while he's throwing, and now he's out of the game, and they haven't been able to create that same explosion that they had earlier.
Now, in the FCF, we told you early on, you're never truly out of it. 28-14 Glacier Boyz trail. They have the ball. They have all their power-ups remaining. They're going to go gun bounce here with 6:12 left.
Back to the ground.
And back to Aline. Just a couple.
I don't think the Glacier Boyz coaching staff, which is the fans, as we know, should get scared off of throwing the ball. You just have to find easier completions to get your quarterback going because, like you said, you're never out of it with all the power-ups and the ability to strike so quickly. You can get back in this game right away, but you have to find ways to get the ball through the air and to the targets.
Don't forget timing rules here in fan control football. Running clock until we get to a minute remaining. And then you see some stoppages until 30 seconds where it stops after every play. And we really saw at the end of the first half, teams use that clock effectively to a point. Of course, our final play of the first half ended just shy of the end zone. But we'll see how the fans play it here with just about 5 minutes to go.
I can only imagine how excited Renee Montgomery is right now with that turnaround. These celebrity owners of the teams. You know, Marshawn, a Beast owner as well. There she is.
But
There
what
she
about,
is.
you know, we saw her earlier, and at that point, they were down, and she was cool as a cucumber, right?
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I'm all good. My team's going to come back and show up, and they've done that in a big way.
Woodruff steps up. He'll fire downfield. Jamil to the 10.
Whoop.
Falls down, and he is stopped at about the 8. Good recovery there from Stephen White and the Beasts on defense, but that is what the Glacier Boys needed, something downfield.
You've got a big arm quarterback in Woodruff with some running ability. Use that to your advantage and create mismatches and openings. Run to your left, stops, and drives the ball directly down the field. Very good job by Jamil, slowing down to make sure he catches the ball, and now you set up a progressive blue zone opportunity.
So a 1st and goal now on the 9 inside the progressive blue zone. And you'd imagine here for the Glacier Boys, given the time and score, they're going to unload some of these power-ups if they can't convert naturally. They've still got the progressive 5th down, added weight here in the progressive blue zone. They've also got the power play, which gives you that man advantage, just like hockey and other sports. They'd get a chance to go 7-on-6. We'll see how they go.
They're going to use it soon. Got a power up on the field. Might be.
We talk about.
Waiting to get word.
We talk about FCF being a mashup of professional sports and video games, and I love that view that we were just on.
Elected to get a power play. The defense gets to remove 1 player for the rest of the drive.
So
Another
power play
example.
is the call. And so now the Glacier Boys will get to go 7-on-6, and the only way that ends, in this case they can't get a 1st down because they're at the 9-yard line, but it would also be after a score or after a change of possession. So they activate one of their 3 power plays, and they'll have the advantage here with 1st and goal.
Here, I would make sure I get a pass play called and allow Woodruff to use his legs because of the one less person, either they have to dedicate a guy to a receiver or to the quarterback. And if you can't dedicate one to the quarterback, his legs will come big into play here, and you'll be able to get in the end zone.
That's the drive. 1st down.
Nose guard has been taken out.
Interesting.
The reason they do that is so that you can protect the edge. With the running ability of Woodruff, they want to make sure they keep their ends in to try to protect the edge as best they can.
Not to mention Aline still in the backfield as well. Where do the fans go on 1st and goal from the 9? A 7-on-6 power play. In effect, Aline to the 5, and he is taken down there.
I think you have to trust your quarterback here and give him an opportunity to drop back and decide, can he get the touchdown with his legs, or does he need to get the ball out to an open receiver?
All right, we are here with some of the fans. The first time we've had fans in the stadium for the second season of FCF. We're so excited. Have y'all been to an FCF game? Did you come to the run-through last week?
No, we didn't. This is actually our first time.
Are you having a blast?
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Okay, so here's why I wanted to talk to y'all, because you're in little matching outfits, and I love a family fit. This is adorable. All right, what was your plan today? What were we going for?
I mean, we just wanted to have like the sporty look, you know what I mean, comfortable, so that we could, it's a sports event, so I didn't want to do anything too much, just enough.
It was perfect, it's understated, it's cute, it's sporty, I'm loving it. All right, this is your little one. What's your name? Larissa, are you having fun at Fan Control Football today?
Yes.
What's your favorite part so far?
I don't know.
Do you like all the sounds and all the colors?
Yes.
Because I know you love color. You got your cute little pink bag to go with your little black and white outfit. I love it so much. How cool is it, though, being like this close to the field? Isn't it great?
It's awesome. It really is.
So it's your first experience with FCF so far. Great experience, right?
It is a great experience, especially since my brother is in the game.
Your brother's in the game? All right, who's your brother?
Alfonso Howard on the Beast.
Awesome. And the Beasts, they're killing it. But, yeah, they came back in the second half so far, so we're excited. Well, this is great. We're so glad you're here supporting your brother. We're supporting your brother. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great day. I'm going to enjoy the game.
Thanks. You too. Have fun.
Remember when we got the power play, you remember they took the center, the nose guard out and left the defensive ends for plays like that, right? So they can get a batted pass on the edge and protect it, not allow the quarterback just to get right on the edge right away. Very good job.
Great to have fans in the stands here, season 2.0, and the intensity, guys, here is now we're closing in on either a touchdown or a potential massive defensive stop.
Yeah, man down. And, of course, they remain a man down until either a first down, touchdown, or turnover.
And they still have their 5th down, but you don't want to use their 5th down. You want to try to hold on to it just in case this game gets a little more nip and tuck.
Woodruff to the corner, and that one just beyond the reach of Andrew Jamil.
And the Glacier Boyz got exactly what they wanted, right? That slot fade, one of the most indefensible routes in football. It came about 5 or 6 years ago where you take that slot receiver and you run him as if he's running a fade from the outside, but with all that field to play with, Jamil does a great job, but the ball's just a bit outside, and he uses his frame. He reaches as far as he can. We know he's capable of making that catch, but that ball just has to be a little bit more fine and give him an opportunity to make the play.
Mike Lee there on defense, and just that fast, we are at 1 minute remaining. So you have the Glacier Boyz here trying to punch it in. They used a lot of clock there to try and get into the end zone, and now down 28-14. Look, I know you're thinking a minute left. Okay, this is a wrap here for the Beast. It isn't with how fast teams can score, but the Glacier Boyz have quite a hole to dig out of.
So you can see all the play on the screen. They're going to try to get their quarterback on the edge again. It's important to get the edge as fast as you can so you can create the defense's disaster almost. You create a disaster for them because they only have 6 defenders and there's nobody to account for the quarterback. And if somebody were to come off and attack the quarterback, he can dump the ball to an open receiver.
Glacier Boyz bringing that tight end. Caleb Irving is on now. Looking at 4th and goal here from the 6, still with the 7-on-6 advantage. This is a must-have. Woodruff in trouble, eludes one defender, gets it off, and incomplete, coming up short, looking for a lean.
Covered by Stiggers. If there's one person on that football field I would not be throwing the ball near, it's Stiggers.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, TBE says Quanta is the only choice for MVP of this game.
He really has made so many pivotal plays as that one coming up short. And now, under a minute to go, you have to figure this is progressive 5th down territory.
100%. This is the great thing about fan control football, where you have the fans make calling the play, so there's nobody to blame except for yourself, right? Usually you're sitting on your couch, oh my God, that's a terrible play. How can we not convert in this easy situation? And now we hit to the 5th down where you guys have decided these plays. You guys have put your team in a position where you this is almost a, you don't want to say too many must score or must win. This is a must score right here if you want to keep yourselves in this game.
And the other side of the ball, if you say we win, we win. We did it.
Fans confirm this is a progressive 5th down. Keep in mind we're inside that blue zone. So the ball now moves half the distance to the goal, so it inches them a little bit closer. Now you see it parked there on the 3. So they have the 5th down. They have the player advantage, and they have one last chance to try and score.
Absolutely.
Interesting to see what the fans decide on here with this play. It is feels like all or nothing, you know, with 54 seconds to go. No pressure, fans.
Also, keep in mind, we do have a comeback rule here in fan control football. So there is no onside kick. We told you about no kicking. Glacier Boyz, if they're to score here, you'd imagine they try and do that. It's where they'll have to start with a 4th and 10 from their own 10, but we'll see what happens here first. A must-score situation for the Glacier Boyz. 5th down, 7-on-6 advantage. Woodruff, quick fire. Jamil had to have it. He hauls it in.
Who else? Who else would it be?
You gotta give yourself a high five afterward.
Yeah.
It's a very well-designed play where you get Jamil in motion so you can see what the defense is giving you and then allow him to work. It's just an option route and allow him to choose which way do I go and then the slap of the hand.
That is the coolest, man. Giving himself the high five.
Yeah.
I have no doubt he'll keep coming up with new ways to interact with his own likeness on the wall.
I think we're going to have to get a segment where we record him practicing his celebration with himself. I think that'd be something great because, like you said, he's going to come up with some cool stuff.
It puts the me in Jamil.
51 seconds left, second half. 28-20. Glacier Boyz trying to battle back. Very important 2-point opportunity here.
Yeah, if you convert here and you get an opportunity to have the ball back and you score a touchdown, you're already tied, and then you'll have to just go for 1 rather than 2.
Tony Dixon will be the receiver working with Woodruff. who came on for Dalton Oliver, and Woodruff has started to get it going. Yes, a couple of picks, but also 2 important touchdown passes. Andrew Jamil now, 3 touchdown grabs on the day, 94 yards, 7 receptions, a typical day at the office for Andrew Jamil. Here's Woodruff, little separation. Bounced off the receiver's shoulder. Dixon was there, he'll want that one back.
Once again, you can see that they understood and adjusted that they're going to allow us to play. You can see a bit of a push off from the receiver. Nothing's called, but the ball is super hot from 5 yards away. That is a tough catch, but you got to make the catch.
Yeah.
You know, it's fan control, professional football. You got to make that play, but it is hot to handle from just 5 yards away. And what we're about to watch right now is why fan control football is so cool. While in every other form of football, the Beast would for sure been, 1 minute to go, I'm up by 14, this game's probably over, there's no chance. There's still a chance, and we got it coming up here.
Yeah, comeback rule will be put into effect here by the Glacier Boys. They will have a 4th and goal from their own 10. They get a first down, they keep their drive alive. Here is how it works out. And so all the pressure is on that 4th down. Keep in mind they've used up the relevant power-ups that might help them out of a jam in this situation, a 5th down or a power play. And so they have got to get at least 10 yards to keep their hopes of a comeback alive. Here's Woodruff on this 4th down on their own 10. Complete to Jamil, and they'll keep their drive alive. When in doubt, go to that number 1 receiver.
How was he that open?
That is inexcusable from the defense. They dropped so deep and allowed the best receiver on the field to run and get not just 10 yards, but he set up at 13.
Nobody else on the screen. Look, there's nobody else on the...
He set up at 13 yards and then went and got some more. That's a very nice throw by Woodruff. And like we talked about, get him going. Find a way for him to see completions. He's seen a few completions, and now he's rolling.
And doesn't that remind you, when we talked about players being hardwired from other levels of football, that takes you back to thinking running clock, you got to score a touchdown. Everyone was almost playing back to prevent getting into the end zone.
Remember, I talked about it earlier. The defense will forget the rules sometimes as well, where you'll get a receiver trying to desperately get out of bounds. You'll get defenders who are just like, hey, let's play soft and give them short passes, and that's not the case here in fan control football. You always have to be on your toes, and that's why you have to watch this game to the very end. You never know what could happen.
So they take advantage of the comeback rule. It's FCF's version of the onside kick, and now Tony Disco, the play call is in. Woodruff trying to lead this comeback, directing traffic to the 20, and he is out of bounds with 38 seconds left. Clock will stop there.
Is this one of those situations where you don't want to score too quickly?
That could be. That could be, because then you give a chance for the Beast with no field goals, right? But they've been shown the propensity to be able to drive the ball down the field extremely quickly. Think about it. We haven't seen the Beast offense in forever, right? Because they score so fast, they're off the field, and so the Glacier Boys have an opportunity to waste all the time away and then tie this game up.
And not to mention, with the clock stop rules under 30 seconds, it presents so many opportunities if they get this football back. We'll see what transpires here. Glacier Boys still have to do their job, the touchdown, and then, of course, the conversion. Keep in mind, if they're to score, they can't convert on a 2-point. They can try that comeback rule again. Rules state when you're trailing under 5 minutes to go in the second half, you can attempt the comeback rule. So even if the Glacier Boys don't do everything correctly here, they're not out of it just yet, provided they score.
Jamil is in the slot again, and they are still giving this soft coverage and not collisioning him to make sure that he can't run freely.
Tony Dixon near side. Here's Woodruff. He spots Brooks. And Brooks surging forward. He is down shy of the 10. Cecil Cherry, Mike Lee on the scene.
Right underneath us, too. Love feeling that.
Yeah, the rumble right up here to the booth. That'll bring up a first down. So now 1st and 10. Ball is on the 12. 31 seconds left. One more second, then we'll see stoppage after every play.
It's almost like the Beasts are playing the, okay, we'll bend, but we won't break, right? Where they understand the situation where the closer you get, the more difficult it is. The power-up has already been used, so they're not going to have one less player out there, and they're just saying, hey, allow them to waste time, let them chop us down the field, and then when we get into near that progressive blue zone, we'll tighten up and make sure that's more difficult.
Some fans calling plays right there, getting them in.
Waiting for the fan call to come in. Looks like Glacier Boys have what they need. One quick substitution here for the Beast. Stephen White hustling onto the field.
Yeah, the Glacier Boys substituted a tight end in to get another passing threat. You can see him. He's going to read the middle. Maybe he goes out. Maybe he takes the post.
Woodruff rolling right, and that one is low. A little tough to handle there as he tried to spot number 85. That was Caleb Irving.
I think that's one of those fan IQ opportunities too. When you see the play come up on the screen beforehand, you see the play that won the fan vote, and you can see it develop in real time and learn what works and what doesn't.
And Jeff, you were talking too about fans getting a chance to be involved. Even if they're not a registered fan of a certain team, they can still be involved in the play call.
Earn fan IQ, predict what the teams are going to call, try to see if what you think should happen is what actually happens, even when your team is not playing. It's so much fun. It gamifies watching all of the other games. As you said, this is just the first of 4 games today. So if your team's not playing now, you can still predict and have a great time.
Now, typically at sporting events, when they cut to the stands and you see fans on their phone, you think they're texting their friends or watching something else.
Yeah.
Here, you're almost certain that they're actually playing along. They're calling the plays to get involved and be a big part of this game.
Exactly.
And here's the play call the fans have selected, overlaid on our screen. Tremendous graphics here in Fan Control Football. And Woodruff will try and execute what the fans want. Let's fly. Intercepted, taken away. Mike Lee to put a cap on this one to the end zone. Touchdown. Mike Lee getting in on the interception fun after Stiggers took one to the house. Lee has his time in the sun.
I mean, that is about as good an interception as you're going to see. That ball should fall harmlessly to the ground, thrown across the body again, jumps underneath, picks it, tumbles, and darts to the 10, the 5. Touchdown! What an impressive defensive play when you most needed it.
Like the immaculate reception right there.
I know, right?
He lost his shoe, I think.
Where's his shoe? And you can see the owner is losing it.
Beast mode in full effect. 41 yards. Mike Lee takes it in.
Chat room is going crazy. The Glacier has melted, they have announced.
Second pick 6 of the day. What a defensive effort here from the Beasts, and the former Kansas Jayhawk likely puts the capper on this one with just 12 seconds to play and a 2-point conversion upcoming.
How the tables have turned.
We said it all day, right? The defense came to play. The defense has been the difference maker in this entire contest.
Falling down, getting back up, hauling it in. Everything clicking right now for the Beasts. Harrison Dreer.
He's going to take out that spider cam.
I don't think enough can be said about Jason Stewart's turnaround, where he starts his game 0 of 6, can't buy a completion. The defense does a great job of keeping the score 8-0. And then he comes out in the second half and is a new man and is throwing darts just like the one you just saw all over the field. He's been exceptional. And then he brings kickers into Fan Control Football.
He didn't get the memo. There's no kickers in FCF.
He said, you know what? I can do what I want. I can't do any wrong. How about a kick to take with you?
36-20 with 12 seconds left.
Technically, because this game isn't over.
It isn't.
Where you get a one-play touchdown that goes for 4 seconds, say, and then you get another play. I mean, this game isn't over. It looks bleak, but it's not. The Glacier hasn't yet melted.
There's still a little chill in that Glacier.
Just a little. Just a little.
That's what I love about FCF, man. 8-0 first half, and here we are, 36-20.
Three Amigos looks like something downfield, no surprise. Glacier Boys need a whole lot. Woodruff in trouble, taken down, the last thing they needed. The defense coming on strong. Vaughn Hoskins.
I would say
Tobias
fans, take note this Wednesday. Don't sit on drafting defensive squads. It's an important part of your draft strategy.
Remember that previous drive for the Glacier Boyz, we were talking about, man, they're just giving up all these easy throws. And I said, hey, maybe they're saying, hey, we'll get down to that progressive blue zone area and then we won't break. We'll bend, but we won't break. They did a great job of breaking the hopes of the Glacier Boyz with an interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah, just a back-breaking defensive stand there, and then to cap it off with the pick six and to have a couple of those, it has told the story for the Beast. Their defense doing the job on the way to this 36-20 lead right now after the 2-yard loss on the sack. 2nd and 12, 7 seconds left, and Glacier Boyz really running short on time here in our season opener, version 2.0, fan-controlled football. Going deep once again, that's the fan call. Woodruff tries to escape, he does, but running out of options, and he is out of bounds with, looks like time expiring as he slides out of play again. That defense from the Beast doing the job, and that is gonna bring an end to this one. A 36-20 victory for the Beast, keyed by their defense.
How about the young man, Stiggers? He was exceptional all day. And look at that young face.
What a debut.
Just 20 years old. A debut for the ages here in fan control football. And I would imagine that he would get the vote for player of the game because he himself flipped this game on its head.
Hang on, they may be putting a second back on the clock. Where was this at the end of the first half when we needed an extra second?
Exactly.
Like I said, it's never over. It's over. But if we're going to get one more play, that's fine. But you know, I don't know if there are any 16-point plays. I mean, fan control football got a lot of cool rules, a lot of cool power-ups. 16 points is not one of them.
These refs are making no friends right now in the chat room.
No flags on the pass interference, but hey, you put that 1 second back on the clock with 16 points down and give those Glacier Boyz a chance to do something.
Well, that was the one thing he can't do, right, is run around.
Yeah, you can't. You
the
can't
one
waste
thing
time
do.
there. You can't waste time there.
So final play of this one. The Beasts about to claim victory. Glacier Boyz will have one more attempt.
Stigger's interception would be poetic justice.
Yeah, there you go.
Woodruff way downfield and out of play, and that's all for this one. Now you can confirm it. The Beasts get the first victory of season 2.0 of the fan-controlled football league with a dominant defensive showing, 36-20. And Liv Moods going to check in with one of those key defensive players in this one, and it's got to be Quantez Stiggers.
Or quantum leap.
A quantum leap. We'll hear from Stiggers when we return from this timeout.